21 Alive First Alert Forecast.
All right, so let's look into the crystal ball and see what May 2025 has in store here. So the temperature outlook does actually seem to favor warmer than average temperatures into next month. And it does look like perhaps that's going to be more centered into the northern plains, upper Midwest. But nonetheless, a warmer pattern for a good part of the country, us included. Now, how does the rainfall outlook appear? Well, maybe not great news for some, maybe good news for others, but it actually looks pretty dry. We are noticing here, at least for maybe the first half of the month, a pretty persistent what's called a blocking pattern that is likely going to, well, block any major weather systems from moving into the area. So while we could see some occasional showers and some cloud cover at times, we're not necessarily looking at a particularly active, at least first half of the month, but that could extend into the end of the month with the stormiest weather pattern in and around Texas, eastern New Mexico, near Oklahoma. So it could be a really active, severe season into kind of some of the more typical places you'd expect to see it in May. But this is not usually a color scheme that we notice around the Great Lakes and upper Midwest into May. So we'll see if this pans out, but it certainly does look like we could be trending towards some drier conditions, even though early spring was quite wet. Satellite and radar showing some showers moving through as we speak. West side of Fort Wayne seeing some light rain, a few pockets of perhaps brief moderate downpours in eastern Huntington County. Wabash seeing a little bit of rain too. We have the lightning tracker on, not seeing any of that right now, not to say it can't happen, but the air mass is pretty stable locally this far north. Can't say the same farther south into southern Illinois and Indiana. More instability, more clearing, more heating, therefore prompting some severe thunderstorm and tornado warnings there. That's not going to be our concern here tonight, and even into tomorrow, storm energy remains on the lower side of things. Rumbles of thunder, perhaps a few downpours, all possibilities into tomorrow afternoon with some of these scattered showers, but we're not looking at a pretty high severe outlook. In fact, into tomorrow, the Storm Prediction Center has most of the area under a 1 on a scale of 1 to 5 for severe threats, perhaps a 2 far south and east. We feel, much like some of the most recent severe weather outlooks that have been issued, that this may be a bit aggressive, especially into Jay and Mercer counties, but we'll keep a close eye on this. I really still believe either way, though, we're looking at some low chances for some severe weather. And when it comes to rain, you see these squiggly lines that just kind of keep going up and down. That really, I think, explains well what we're expecting. So through tonight, we're going to see scattered showers between about 11 p.m. and 5 a.m. That kind of goes down into Thursday morning before peaking by mid-morning. And then we should just see very low chances of rain into the early afternoon before rising again by early Thursday evening. So morning showers, evening showers, but midday looks pretty dry into Thursday. A few remaining showers possible Friday, 68, 61. A few maybe spotty, very light showers Saturday into Sunday, looking primarily dry and seasonable with temperatures in the 60s. Should make it back to the mid-70s through the middle of next week.
All right, it looks great overall, Matt. Thank you. We take you to break with the